Welcome to Notion and Productivity with Productivity HQ.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Productivity Headquarters. As you all know, the fall semester has started and many people are looking for ways to actually change their desktop around, add in their classes, and different things like that just to get a little bit more organized. So right about now, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get your desktops to look like this using Widget Wall and Canva so you can know how to add your schedule in. And I already did a tutorial on Widget Wall, how to actually add in widgets and customize them. So I won't be getting into that all the way into this one. I'll just show you the new updates that Widget Wall has added in, the new widgets. And then if you want to see actually how to customize and add in your widgets, you can go ahead over to that tutorial. I'll leave that in the cards. So let's jump right into this tutorial and I'll show you guys how I got my desktop to look like this. So the first thing we're going to do is actually go into Canva for the desktop, and what you'll do is create a new design. And once you create a new design, what you'll do is type in desktop wallpaper. And if you want to just start from scratch, you can. I'll give you the size for it, and that's 1920 by 1080. What you'll do is actually go in designs, and once you have the size, it'll kind of pick up on what you're trying to make. You can go ahead and scroll through and you'll see the different designs that they have. Why I recommend to actually use Widget Wall and Canva is because if you were to use one of their pre-made templates, they kind of have it to where you have to add in these every single time you need to add in new stuff. So each month you'll have to go in and change the calendar. Each month you'll have to go in and change your goals and change the desktop wallpaper every single time. But with Widget Wall, you can just use your widgets and change those as much as you want without having to change the desktop wallpaper. So for this one, I just grabbed this actual box here and I copied it and brought it down here, and the opacity is around 21, I believe, the transparency. And also for my class schedule, I added a table in. So to add a table in, what you do is go to your elements, and once you're in your elements, you go ahead and scroll down a little bit till you get to tables. And the good part about tables is that when you're typing inside the box, you don't need to add a bunch of different text box. So that's really neat. So what I'm going to do is show you exactly what I mean when I say type inside the box. So as you can see here, each one you click in, the box is already ready to be typed in, and then you just go and change the fonts and you change the size. So this is the color that I chose here for the border of all of them, and then this is the font that I chose right here if you guys wanted to actually use the exact same font that I'm using. So I added in fall mood, and then at the top I added in to-do list. So another tip I have about when you're actually creating your pictures for your desktop or you're adding in your schedule is to be sure that you don't actually put anything outside of this purple box. You see the purple box, that the outline that's around here? Make sure it's all within that area. So you see how I have a star here? Once I go to my desktop, it's kind of cut off, but I'm not really concerned with that. But I wanted to make sure my schedule was inside of the box. So be sure to have everything within this purple box, this outline here, when you are creating the actual desktop setup. And then for the to-do list, I just made sure to turn it sideways over here. I was going to do it to where the letters were actually reading from top to bottom, but I was like, this looks really nice, so I just did it that way. So after you have your photo, what you do is share it, you'll download it, and once you have it downloaded, it'll be inside of your actual finder. So your it'll be here just like mine is. So what you'll do is go to your actual settings, and then my doc is over here also, but I also have it here. So we'll go from here and we'll click the settings. And once you're in settings, you'll scroll down. So mine is up here at the top, the ones that I've been creating recently. You'll just make sure it says fill screen on here. And then if you want to do stretch to fill screen, it'll stretch everything out so it can fit perfectly. But I just keep it to fill screen, and I'm not really concerned too much about it being cut off, just because I like how it spaces everything out for me and it's still clear. So going into the next steps, you would go and actually hide your dock while you're already in your settings. And what I did was actually go into dock and desktop, and I went in and put position on screen, and I put it to the right because I have my app shortcut over here to the left, and I don't want it popping up when I'm clicking anything over here. And then I put on the genie effect. Also for my mouse, as you can see, my mouse is pink, and that's something that I thought was a pretty nice touch. So what you do is go to your accessibility settings, and when you're in accessibility, you'll go to display and you'll scroll down till you get to pointer. And once you're in pointer, it'll let you pick your outline color and your fill color. And the neat part about Mac, they have this eyedropper tool. So what I did after I created everything, I picked my colors from Canva and I just used the hex color and changed it in Widget Wall. Like I said, go back to the tutorial and I showed how to actually change your colors and change everything within Widget Wall when it comes to your settings. But I changed the color here and I just selected it and then kept it going, and it changed my actual pointer color. So that's how I did that. Now when it comes to actually using Widget Wall, what I did was added in photos, the Pomodoro, the countdown, the focus timer, and I added in some kind of like white noise sound. And I have the 2 sticky notes right here. I know a few people, they actually use stickies on Mac, but like I said, with Widget Wall, everything's already included, so you don't have to use so many different apps. So let's open up Widget Wall. So once you're in Widget Wall, the newest widgets that they have is confetti. So with confetti, what it does is once you click on the button, it kind of blows confetti all over your screen. That's one of the newer ones. And also they have a new one, which is the timer. And per usual, usually with timers, it just has this different layout right here. And then like I've said before, you always click the 3 dots and you can go ahead and change it in your settings there. So that's how that will work for the timer. And another new one that I noticed that they have is the app shortcut, which I'm going to show you guys how to edit that, and then white noise. So the white noise, they have different ones, and then the Pomodoro, alarm is new, countdown and count up is new, and I believe the stats are new, and the browser is new. So you can have like a mini little browser on the side of your screen. So going back to actual ones that I have on my desktop, with the timer, they have it to where it is work, short break, long break, and rounds. And then you have a sound when it finishes, and you also can have confetti happen when it's done also. And then when it comes to the white noise on the side, I chose rain. That's my personal favorite. But they also have bright noise, full moon, train, hair dryer, restaurant, and coffee shop. For the photos, what you do is search and click for the photo widget. So for the photo widget, you go ahead and add that in. I'm going to show you guys where I got my photos from. So what you do is go to source and you go to files and then you go to browse. And that's how I selected my photos. And because they're in your downloads folder, you go ahead and click it. And that's how I found the photo that I wanted. And then I just changed the size to small. And then I went from there. But for me personally, I use Pinterest for my photos. And what I did was actually go ahead and search on Pinterest cherry aesthetic. And I found one that fit the most perfectly with the colors that I'm using on my actual desktop. And then for this one, same thing, like a light pink aesthetic, cherry aesthetic, or just look for similar ones and you'll find ones that kind of go together. I feel like Pinterest is really good at doing that. When you're selecting certain photos, they pick similar ones for you. So for the app shortcut, same thing, you'll click the 3 dots and they have the option to use a compact icons. So just in case you use a bunch of different apps a lot, you can have that in here. And then also they have where you can select any of the apps that are on your desktop inside the add icon. So what you'll do is search for them, or you can just scroll through and see which ones you add in. Personally, me, I just added all the ones that I already have on my actual dock and I just added it in here. So that's how I've used that. Another tip I want to give you guys for when creating this desktop, I would say maybe create 2 different desktops that you want to use for your wallpaper, just because for safety reasons, you kind of don't want to have this out in public, or maybe have kind of like maybe code names or just maybe the actual class name, not necessarily the classroom number or anything, just for safety reasons, because you don't want anyone actually seeing your specific class schedule or your work schedule. So maybe kind of make something separate so where you can only understand which class is which. Other than that, I feel like this is a great way to display your classes and just keep you motivated and wanting to be organized for the school year. And I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments if you see yourself using this for the school year, and also
You found this useful. Have a great semester. See ya.